Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 16 of the Courtside podcast. Happy Sunday. First and foremost, I want to get this out of the way as soon as possible. I know I'm a couple days late, and I apologize for it. Happy May 4th. Hope you guys had a splendid time watching the last episode of The Bad Batch. If you're into that, the new series, Tales of the Sith. I know I was looking forward to it. I haven't got a chance to see it yet. Um, and also today, happy Cinco de Mayo. Hope you had a blessed time eating a ton of Mexican food. And, yeah, just had a blast. In today's episode, we are going to be recapping games 4 through 7 of these NBA playoffs in 3 words or less. Then we're going to be talking about the Lakers firing Darvin Ham and a bunch more. But a couple things before we get started. One, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell, like this video, and comment down below who you think the Lakers should hire as their head coach. And as a bonus point, let me know which playoff series do you see an upset in the making. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Woo! So as you can see here, the first game on the list was the Celtics and the Heat. Game 4, Celtics came on top 102-88. As you can see here, Derek White was an absolute beast in this game. Like, peeking at the box score of all these games, like this game was not even close by the looks of it. You can see here, Derek White had 38 points to go with 15 of 26 from the field, 8 of 15 from three, which is crazy to believe, you know. Jason Tatum had 20 points, 5 of 14 for the field, 2 of 6 from three, but had 11 rebounds. Jaylen Brown had 17 points to finish with 7 of 18 from the field, 1 of 3 from three, and 2 from 4 from three. Peeking at the Miami Heat, for instance, Bam Adebayo led the way with 25 points, shot 11 of 22 from the field, 1 of 3 from three, and 2 for 3 from the line. Had 17 points, having 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then Tyler Hero and Caleb Martin both had 19 and 18, respectively. Honestly, I wasn't surprised that Boston won this game. I knew they were going to come out swinging, just to make clearance of that. But, credit to the Heat. They try to hang around a bit. But anytime you're going up against a team like the Boston Celtics, like, there's nothing you can do. Peeking at the next game, I believe this was the first game that – oh, wait, no, this was the second game, that playoff series that ended. Hold on. Oh, wait, I didn't. No, I didn't. All right. Hold on. Excuse me for a moment, guys. I have my playoff screen is my ESPN screen is loading right now. Um, all right, here we go. Was it here? Yeah. Sorry for all that. I apologize for it. Oh wait, wrong date, wrong day. We already covered this last week. All right, see if I have it up right now. Um, Sorry if it's taking a while right now. Yes, here we go. Then we got the Thunder and the Pelicans. The Thunder won the series by a score of 97-88. I felt like these games were like, in terms of like score wise, was very low scoring. Like I feel like there were only like 1 or 2 games this playoff series where it ended in like low scoring affair. Like both teams did not reach 100 points. But hey, Credit to the Thunder. You know, they proved me wrong. Um, but man, totally feel bad for the Pelicans. Like the one time they make the playoffs, the Pelicans do. Zion has to be hurt. Wait a minute, that's not the game. Okay, I am so sorry if you want. Here we go. Here we go. As you can see here, Jalen Williams had 24 points. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander 24 as well. Chet Holmgren rock solid with 14 points. One of 7 from three. Not that good, but he did what he had to do. And then the Thunder bench wasn't that good. Peeking at the Pelicans though, man, Brandon Ingram 2 of 14 from the field for 8 points. Like really? Trey Murphy, 7 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 7 from three. My guy, CJ McCollum, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 of 7 from three, 20 points. The only player that was actually solid for this team was Nick Marshall, and he had 16 points off the bench. He shot like 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from three. Oh man. I feel so bad for Pelicans because the one time they could actually make the playoffs, their best player is injured. Peeking at this game, I believe I watched the ending of this game, the Lakers and the Nuggets, game five. This game was actually really fun to watch. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched the ending of this game. But LeBron did what he had to do, 30 points. AD was okay, but he wasn't that good. I know he had 15 rebounds, but he had like 17 points. Austin Reeves played solid basketball with 19 points. D'Angelo Russell was not that productive, and like Rui was like decent at best. And their bench, what can I say? The Lakers bench was non existent. Next up, we got the Nuggets, recapping the Nuggets side of things. Jamal Murray, man. I am amazed on how Jamal is playing with only one leg. If you guys don't remember last episode, I talked about Jamal injured his, I think, calf it was in game four. So he wasn't 100%. But man, 30 of 28 from the field, 5 of 10 from three. Like, that's crazy. And then Jokic had 25 points, 12 of 21 from the field, 20 rebounds, 9 assists. And then Michael Porter Jr. had 26 points and 46 minutes. Look, I gotta tell you, man, like the Michael Porter Jr. like has been balling out this postseason. I don't know how he like plays well against the Lakers. Like that thing, that deserves to be an investigation. All right, all right. Again, I'm sorry. It's just that like my laptop is kind of slow a little bit in a way. So, um, hurry up. Uh, okay, let's. All right, I think this is the right kind of game. Uh, oh yeah, here we go. We had the Sixers and the Knicks. Um, the Sixers, man, this before I know what happened at the end because I know the Knicks won the series, but the way the Sixers fought in this series, especially Tyrese Maxey, unbelievable. 46 points, 9 assists. Like that's crazy, man. And look, I think Maxey's getting that super is the max extension. And then Embiid was okay. He had a triple double with 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. Tobias Harris had 19 points as well. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 14 points, and their bench was okay. Peeking at the Knicks side of things, Jalen Brunson had 40 points. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this. I think Jalen Brunson has been the best thing that the Knicks has happened uh during like this 2020 to now kind of deal. Like yeah, they made the playoffs during the COVID year, but like Jalen Brunson has like resurrected this team. You know, Josh Hart had 18 points, and then OJ Anobi had 17 points, and then Miles McBride continues to be that X factor with 14 points. That's unbelievable, man. That is crazy. Speaking of the other side of things, we had the Magic and the Cavaliers. The Cavs won narrowly 104 to 93. What's very interesting about this playoff series, and I'm going to get to what happens next in game seven, but all it seems like the home team has won the series a game. Like game one and two was obviously taken by Cleveland, then three and four were taken by the Magic. Five was taken by the Cavs, and then you'll later see that the Magic took game six, and then the Cavs took this one. But peeking at the Magic side of things, Paolo Banchero, I gotta tell you, Paolo Banchero is coming. He is going to be a very good player in the coming future. He had 39 points, shot 14 24 from the three, 4 of 7 from three. Wow. Uh, Peeking at the other stars, Franz Wagner had 14 points, and then my boy Jalen Suggs had 13 points. Surprisingly, in terms of players in double digits, obviously, he was the only player in double figures that had a positive. Well, I guess Paulo too with +6, and then their bench was okay. Speaking of the Cavs side of things, Donovan Mitchell continues to play well. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Darius Garland had a pretty solid game, 23 points and 5 assists. Evan Mobley continues to play solid basketball, especially with the absence of Jared Allen. 14 points and 3 rebounds. And Marcus Morris Sr. I had that spark off the bench with 12 points, and the rest of the Cavs bench was non-existent. All right, it's loading right now. I'm gonna check something right now. All right, I don't know what's taking my screen a while to load up. I apologize. No, I'll just I think I have to do this from now on. You know what I'm saying? What date was I on? We got the next set of games. Um, we got the Pacers and the Bucks. First of all, I want to say this to the Bucks fans, particularly Chris Middleton. I'm sorry I doubted you, Chris. Um, if you guys know, like even dating back to the first couple episodes we filmed, I was really hard on the Bucks because I thought the Damon Giannis fit wasn't going to work, and if there was going to be a game where Damon Giannis weren't going to play or shut down, I thought Chris wasn't going to be there. But Chris proved me wrong. Peeking at the Pacer side of things, they couldn't get anything going on offensively. Like they were okay, but then it just became an absolute buzzsaw to the maximum level. Um, as you can see here, Miles Turner had 13 points. Tyrese Halliburton had 16 points. Andrew Nemward had 12. Pascal Siakam had 12. Obi Toppin was 12. But other than that, the bench was not that good. Peek at the Bucks side things. Bobby Portis. Shout out Bobby Portis, man. 29 points, 10 rebounds. Chris Middleton at 29. Uh, Malik Beasley seems to be popping up. Pat Bev has 13 points, and Brooke Lopez had 12 points. But let me shout out Bobby Portis because this man has been a very solid player on my fantasy team. For those that don't know, I do fantasy basketball every fall. This I always pick this guy up, and I tell this to my brother all the time. The reason why I pick up Bobby Portis is that this guy on any given night can give you 15 to 20 points max. any given night, and that's my biggest takeaway from that. So congrats to you, Bobby. Congrats to you, Chris. Even though things were not going to end well. All right, peeking at the next set of games, we had. I believe we had only one game this day. I'm not entirely sure, or did we have two? I can't remember. Oh yeah, we had three. I forgot. We had two this game. The Celtics and the Heat. Game five. My biggest takeaway from this game was Boston is the best team in the league. Yeah, no, you could say, oh, yeah, you're saying that because they're record. No, I'm dead serious. Like, if you guys remember a couple episodes ago, I said it was them or Denver that I had to switch who the best team was in the league right now. Boston showed that tonight. All right, let's pick at Miami, though. Miami came out all right, even though they weren't that great. Bam had 23 points. Tyler Hero had 15 points. Caleb Martin had 10. Thomas Bryant had 10. Really, no one couldn't get anything involved for that team. But I do expect Miami to go after a star this summer. I think they're going to go star hunting this summer. I really do. Like this team is like going to go star hunting. Picking up the Boston Celtics side of things, Jaylen Brown, Derek White. I mean, let's start with Derek White, for instance. This man is, in my opinion, starting to become a top 10 shooting guard in this league. The way this guy is basically like, and granted they're two different players, but hear me on this. They're like when you fuse Drew Holiday's defense with Devin Booker's shooting. That's Derek White right there, in my opinion. Like this guy, 8 of 13 from the field, 5 of 10 from three. Like that's crazy. Jalen had 25 points, 11 19 from the field, 1 of 7 from three. However, Jason Tatum had 16 points, so he was all right. Drew Holiday was solid, had 10 points. Picking at the Celtics bench, Sam Hausner, man, 6 of 10 from the field, 5 8 from three. Like this Celtics bench is looking pretty solid so far. Anyway, moving on to the next game, we had the Mavs and the Clippers. Game five. This game, I was blown away by this game just because of how fat like Dallas came out. As you can see here, Dallas won 123-93. Like very impressive score right there. You know, as you look at Dallas, for instance, Kyrie was okay, 14 points, 6 14 from three, 107 from three. Luka Doncic had 35 points, had a near triple double with 10 assists, 7 rebounds. And then Derrick Jones Jr. had 12 points. Maxi Kleba, unfortunately, I don't think he's playing game one against the Thunder, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. But he provided that spark. And then Derek Lively, my condolences to his family and his people around him. For those that don't know, Derek lost his mother a couple days ago, so keep him in your prayers. But he balled out 12 points. And I got to say, man, Derek Lively, the draft pick of Derek Lively continues to like blow my mind every single day just because of how well he played. Peeking at the Clipper side of things, I mean, to quote the Joker, where to begin, man? All right, Paul George, 15 points. Ivica Zubac had 15 points. James Harden had 7 points. 7 points. No, this is like real life. This is real life. Like how is that possible? How is that possible, man? How? Terrence Mann 11, Bones Highland had 11, Norman Powell had 14, but like, well, this game wasn't even close as you look at it. All right, I believe the next games were I think. All right, but yeah, that blows my mind. You know. Let's see if I clicked on the right one. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I clicked. All right, so we got the Bucks and the Pacers. This game, became an absolute massacre after the third quarter. As you can see here, Dame came back against Milwaukee, um, for Milwaukee, but it was too little, too late for the Bucks. As you can see here, Dame had 28 points. Um, Bobby Portis had 20. Chris Middleton was okay in 14. Brooke Lopez had 20 points, and then their bench, like I said, was non-existent. Peeking at the Pacers side of things, their starters played really well. Like Tyrese had like 17 points. Pascal Siakam looks solid for this team as every game goes by. And Andrew Neesmith looked solid. Aaron Neesmith, excuse me. Uh, Aaron Andrew Nemar looks solid, but I'm gonna focus in on their bench because their bench really balled out today. Obi Toppin, 8 of 15 from the field. Like I still, to this day, don't know why the Knicks decided to trade him. Like, why? And then you got TJ McCollum, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from three, 4 of 4 from three, 20 points. Like their bench was nuts. All right. Peeking at the next set of games we had in store. We had the Knicks and the Sixers. This game was crazy down the stretch. Like I got score updates about this game left and right because I follow some of these players on the Score mobile app. But this game, what a game! Starting with the Knicks, Jalen Brunson. Like I've been saying, like this guy is the best thing that's happened to New York in a long time. Uh, Josh Hart, again, tremendous. 16 points. Dante DiVincenzo at 23 points. OG Anunoby at 19. Isaiah Hartenstein looks solid with 14 points, and their bench was not that good. Peeking at the Sixers side of things, Embiid had a breakout game with 39 points. He had 13 rebounds, 2 assists. But Tyrese Maxey and both Kelly Oubre Jr. were solid with 17. Buddy Hield, haven't heard his name in a while. Played solid basketball. He had 20 points. Nick Batum, my French goat for the Blazers, if you know, you know, had 16 points. Like, again, it wasn't enough, because Jalen Brunson is an absolute dog. All right. Speaking of the next set of games, yeah, we had the Cavs and the Magic, game 6. Like I said with game 5, like it felt like the home team wanted to win every single game. As you can see, excuse me, sorry for that. But like it just felt like the home team wanted the game more. Peeking at the Donovan Mitchell at 50 points. You know, like I saw like on my score on my phone, Donovan was going crazy. Darius Garland had 21 points. Max Strus had 10, and their bench was bleh. Peeking at the Magic side things, like their bench was their players, they went crazy. Paulo at 27, Franz Wagner at 26, Jalen Suggs, my guy, had 22 points. Wendell Carter Jr. had 11, and their bench, like I said, was non-existent. Moving on to the next set of games, we had the Clippers and the Mavs, game 6. This game was actually really close, in the first half. Like this game, I felt like was going back and forth. They were tied at 52 apiece, but then like I said, I think with Milwaukee, Indiana, game 6, it became an absolute buzzsaw after the second half. Peeking at the Clippers box score, Paul George at 18, Ivica Zubac at 17, James Harden at 16, Terrence Mann at 14. Norman Powell was solid all around, had 20 points, but again, it wasn't enough. Peeking at the Mavs side of things, look, I gotta say this, and you guys know I've been on the Mavs a lot this year. Like they are the most solid team in the NBA. Like this team, in my opinion, is a potential playoff contender just the way they play. And you plus you don't want to see Luca in the playoffs because Luca's a freaking medic in the playoffs. Pick at the source however. Kyrie had 30, Luca 28, Daniel Gafford at 13, PJ Washington at 14, and once again, Derek Lively had 10 points. And then the next game, oh man, where do I even begin with this game? Because I have to admit when I say this, I was really wrong about this game, you know, about this game. The Timberwolves and the Nuggets. This game was actually really competitive, but like I said again, it came an absolute buzzsaw in the second half, particularly on the Timberwolves side of things. I think this game was like 81 apiece, if I'm not mistaken, towards the like with like 6 minutes left in the third quarter. As you can see here, Anthony Edwards, like I mean, I'm starting to run out of adjectives to describe Anthony Edwards. Like this kid is an absolute demon. Like I feel like this guy is like Jimmy Butler in this sense that when he turns it on in the playoffs, like he turns it on. Uh, 43 points, 17 of 9, 29 from the field, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points. Naz Reid, the other big, had 16 points. And Mike Conley had 14 points. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they only missed like between Mike, Carl, and Nas. I think they can miss only like 2 or 3 shots, 1 or 2 shots in the end of the game. Like that's beyond insanity. And then finally, man, not gonna lie when I say this, you guys, I'm pretty tired. But anyway, the last game of the of the weekend was a good one. I know I'm put get it. Um, okay, why is it? All right, finally. The nightcap of the nightcap, we had an absolute barn burner. We had the Cavs. Here we go. We had the Cavs and the Magic. This game was actually really crazy because I got so many score notifications on my phone about this game. But in the end, like I say, the home team won the game. Peek at the box score for starters. Um, hold on. The Paulo Banchero had 38 points. I'm telling you, man, Paulo Banchero is going to be a superstar in this league. Mark my words. Uh, Wendell Carter Jr. was solid, 13 points. Kind of disappointing Franz Wagner, he only had 1 of 15 from the field. And Jalen Suggs, man, had only 10 points. And their bench was all right. Peeking at the Cavs side of things, Evan Mobley was very solid. He had 11 points, 16 rebounds, 5 blocks, which is nuts. Darius Garland was, yeah, but he made the, but like quote Stacey King, big time players make big time shots. I think he hit like a big three to like as a dagger. He had 12 points. Max Strus had 13. Karis LeVert had 15. Then obviously Don Mitchell had 39 points. So what do you guys think about these games? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. So peeking at my next topic on my sheet, we are going to be talking about the Lakers firing Darvin Ham. Um, let's just say it. I know Lakers fans and like NBA fans are going to say it. I'm going to go say it, be straight up with you guys. I don't think Darvin Ham should have been fired. All right. Yeah, I know he made bad adjustments. And he did some weird things with the team, but keep in mind, this was the guy that took the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals and pushed Denver to the brink. Yeah, I know they lost to Denver eventually, but like they pushed Denver to the brink last year. All right. Like I understand like it's a business and like, LeBron wasn't happy with him, AD wasn't happy with him. But at the same time, you gotta look at this. If you would have told me last year, like going into the what is it? What was it? 22-23 season that the Lakers were going to make it to the Western Conference Finals. And you said that with a straight face. I would have looked at you like you were insane. Because I would have said plenty of other teams that I thought that were going to bounce back. Like Golden State, obviously, as you know, they won after that before that year. I thought Phoenix was going to bounce back. Memphis maybe, you know, but the Lakers are like, nah, they're not doing it. And then this year, they won the in-season tournament. All right. Now, granted, they didn't play well after the in-season tournament, but they were solid. And also, I want to say this, and I told this to my brother the other day. Like, it's personally not the Lakers' fault that they drew Denver in the first round. All right. They wanted to play Denver. All right. Because anyway, you have to play Denver if you want to represent the West in the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. Plain and simple. You can't just like run and be like, oh, we're just gonna avoid Denver at all costs. We're just hoping nobody like somebody eliminates Denver early as soon as possible. No, you're gonna have to face Denver regardless of you play of when you finish. All right. So I don't know. As for who they should hire, I don't know because I feel like the Lakers have this trend nowadays, especially since I don't know since LeBron got there. Like every 2 years, they have a new coach. Luke Walton was, I think, their 2017-18 season. Oh wait, no, my bad for Luke Walton. I just realized Luke was there, but like every 2 years, a Laker coach gets fired. All right, Frank Vogel was there for I think 3 seasons. Sayonara, Frank. Great seeing you. Darvin Ham now. Last year was a first-year head coach. This year, pack your bags, Darvin. You're out of here. So I don't know who they should hire this fall. I know I've heard JJ Redick, um, what's his name, Teron Lue, Jason Kidd, but let's be real honest here. I don't think they're gonna get Ty Lue or what's his face, Ty Lue or Jason Kidd, because I just got reports saying that Ty and Jason are just gonna stay put in the Clippers and the Mavs, but I could be wrong. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. So now let's go over my Western Conference. Let's go over our conference finals predictions. Um, Starting out in the NBA, let me pull up my because I don't have it right now. We have the Pacers and the Knicks. Game one between these two ball clubs. As of right now, the Knicks are 6.5-point favorites against the Pacers. Who do I have winning? Honestly, this series is gonna be fun to watch. This is gonna be a very fun series to watch. All right, you got the number one, you got the number one offense in the Pacers in every like top three in almost statistical category against the top three defense in the Knicks. Having said that, I'm gonna take the Knicks to win the series in 7. I think this is going in 7. Like I know people are gonna say this series is gonna be like 6 or 7. This series, 5 or 6. This series is going in 7. Like I don't care what you say. This series alone is going in 7. I just think Indiana is going to push New York to the brink. Not to mention the fact that Tibbs is gonna probably make his starters play like 45 plus minutes. And as much as I want to respect Tibbs, you can't do that. Anyway, I got the Knicks in CFD 7. Moving on, we got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Game 2. I know game 1 happened over the weekend. I apologize for that, but the Nuggets are favored by 5.5 points. The Nuggets, as you guys remember, the Nuggets lost game 1. And I got a confession to make. I watched. I gotta admit, I was really wrong about the Timberwolves this postseason because I thought they were gonna get blasted by Phoenix. But having said all that, I know one of my golden rules is never to change mid pick in terms of like who you have winning the playoffs. But like, I can't help it. I'm sorry. Rules are meant to be broken. I'm gonna take the Timberwolves in 7, and there are a couple reasons why. First of all, Jamal Murray. Yes, I know he played okay, but he doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look healthy at all. Like I know he's been balling out. Nuggets fans, NBA fans, I know he's been balling out, but let's be really honest. He has been kind of like, decent. And then you look at the Nuggets as a whole. They did not play well against the Lakers. Like, yeah, they won the series eventually, but in the playoffs, you cannot play cute or else it's gonna bite you back in the ass. And that's what Minnesota did. They're like, hey, we saw that you hung around with the Lakers. Congratulations. We mean freaking business, man. All right, peeking at the next set of games, we got the Cavs and the Celtics. Game 1 between these two ball clubs. The Celtics are 11.5 favorites. I'm gonna be real honest with you. The only way the Cavs can push the Celtics to the brink this playoff run is it cannot just be Donovan Mitchell. All right, Darius Garland has to step up. Evan Mobley has to play well, and they got to figure out a way, especially with those Porzingis now. They got to figure out a way to shut down either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. They got to figure out a way because if both of them go off, pack this thing up and call it a day. But having said all that, I'm going to take the Celtics in 6. I do think Cleveland is going to hang around and be annoying, but Boston's just been the best team all year. I'm going to take them in 6. And then finally, we got the Mavericks and the Thunder. The Thunder, as of right now, are the 3.5-point favorites against the Mavs. As much as I do not like Dallas, and I kind of don't like Dallas as a whole, I think the end of OKC reign ends today, this postseason. I'm going to take Dallas in 7. I think this is going to be a very underrated matchup in terms of how many games it's going to go, just because Luka and Shea have been both balling out. And I think whoever wins this game, I think Minnesota and Denver, they're going to go back at each other with the 7-game series. I think whoever wins this game will be the clear, like second play, like, I don't know how to say it in words, but like be second in the MVP voting, like officially second. Like I know like they've been switching on and off. Like whoever wins this game is officially the second, like has the second chance odds of winning MVP. I think Jokic is going to win it this year, but if he doesn't win it, whoever wins this series between Dallas and OKC is officially the second, like has the second best odds to win the MVP. But that's my second round predictions. Which one do you agree with? Which one do you disagree with? Let me know in the comments section below. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Moving on to the next set of things, we are going to be ranking every single semifinals team for this postseason. Now, keep in mind, these are my own opinion, and I I judge just on how they looked. All right, so let's pull it up the screen right here. All right, so I have the tier list right here. These are like the teams that got eliminated from the playoffs or playing or both. All right, so number 8, give me the Cavaliers, man. All right, this team fought hard as hell to beat this Magic team. This Magic team, man, is pretty rock solid right now. All right, Donovan Mitchell played well. Obviously, like I said in that little snippet of them playing against Boston. Darius Garland has to step up. Evan Mobley has to step up. Max Strus has to step up. A lot of guys have to step up if Cleveland wants to push Cleveland to the brink. Number 6, I'm gonna take the Pacers in this one just because, like, look, they gotta stop playing cute. All right, they gotta stop playing really cute because I know they beat Milwaukee, but let's be real honest here. Like that, I know they won the season series against Milwaukee with Giannis and Dame, but they had a golden opportunity to be like, "Hey, we're just gonna get this. We're gonna get this game done and over with." But instead, they let Milwaukee creep back in just a tiny bit and eventually ended them in 6. You cannot do that if you want to beat the teams like the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Celtics. I know the Cavs, they've been up and down, but like the Knicks and the Celtics in particular, you cannot play cute. Number 5, this might sound controversial, but hear me out on this. I'm gonna take the Thunder here. And for the record, let me just say this. Let's be really honest here about that Thunder Pelican series. Let's be really honest here. That series would have gone 7 had Brandon Ingram knew how to play basketball, no offense, and Zion was healthy. Like that series could have gone 7. But again, it is what it is. Thunder won in a sweep. I mean, what can you say? They're exceeding expectations at the right time. Number 5, I'm going Mavericks at 5. Look, they were what I expected Phoenix was going to be this postseason. They were going to be like, yeah, you talked so much trash to us in the postseason. We're coming for blood, and that's what Dallas did. I think most of the people, if I'm not mistaken, picked the Clippers to win the series. I'm not entirely sure. They might have picked the Mavs, but the Mavs are showing that, hey, we're coming for blood. We are coming for blood. So I'm going to take the Mavs as the 5th best team. Number 4, and I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to take the Nuggets. I'm going to take the Nuggets at 4. Like I said, when they played Minnesota, I did not like how they played against the Lakers. Like the fact, and it still blows my mind to this day. How do you go down against a team that I know that you won 12 straight against and still fall behind in certain games? I know they won those games eventually, but how is that possible? But they still have the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. You know what you're going to get with Jamal Murray when he's healthy, and then Michael Porter Jr. is an absolute demon in the playoffs. Number 3, and I'm willing to say it right now, I'm going with the Knicks. The Knicks, to me, showed me that this team is tough. All right, Jalen Brunson, dog. Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, absolute dogs. All right, this team is very dangerous, and I am sorry for all you Knicks fans that I slept on your team heading into the postseason. Number 2, give me the Timberwolves, man. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. This team fought hard against Phoenix. I know I picked Phoenix to win the series just because I didn't trust their inexperience, but Anthony Edwards has arrived. He's a dog. Karl-Anthony Towns, dog. Rudy Gobert, when he's playing well, dog. Jaden McDaniels, dog. Naz Reid, dog. I can't even describe it anymore. And then number 1, I think this one's like obvious. Like number 1's the Celtics. Really liked how they played all season, all year, especially when they played against Miami. All right, I thought that series would go 7. I'm sorry. I just thought the Celtics were like kind of vulnerable at times, but like, nah, Boston has been the best team all year. You know, they've been rock solid all year, and I think they're coming for blood. I think they're gonna win it this year. So, what do you guys think of these rankings? Let me know what you would change, what you will not change. And that's going to be it. All right. So to end this episode, we're going to be doing a fun activity. If you guys don't know or may not know about me, I'm a huge Star Wars guy. Like I love Star Wars, and obviously I missed May 4th, the recording on May 4th. So I thought, why not we do a Star Wars tier list ranking every single movie/TV show in honor of May 4th. Now, keep in mind, there might be some movies/TV shows that I haven't watched yet. I've just been super busy these past couple months, so I've been setting that aside. And plus, no offense, I know this is going to sound really weird. I'm planning on watching these series with my brother because he's also a Star Wars guy, and we've both been looking forward to it. So bear with me on this. So here we go. Hold on, let me move my screen here. All right, here we go. We have the Star Wars tier list up here. Um, all right, so we have the bottom tier, which is the top tier, which is elite. All right, like I've for the movies and like watch the whole series for the TV show. I think they're elite. Then we have the above average, like they're good, but they're not great. And then we have the solid, like I have a love hate relationship with them. Then we have only watched a few episodes here and there. And then this bottom tier is haven't watched, I haven't finished. Now, before I get into it, let me explain what this means. So this tier is I haven't watched all of Star Wars. I'll be totally honest with you. I haven't watched all of it because, like I said, I've been super busy. But this is like there's some of these shows that I watched, like I think a couple years ago, that I started, but I haven't fully finished. All right, so we got, I believe this is the New Hope. Yeah. This is an above average movie. All right. Obviously, you got Obi-Wan, you got Luke, you got Leia, you got the debut of Darth Vader. I know he made his debut in Revenge of the Sith, but like it is what it is. One of my favorite movies to watch in Star Wars, A New Hope is it. Up next, we got The Empire Strikes Back. I haven't watched this in a while, but if I remember correctly, this movie was very above average. Like I know that sounds gonna sound crazy. Like this movie was great. Uh, Luke meeting up with Yoda. Luke getting a chance to meet Darth Vader, like in the flesh, like eye to eye. I know they met in New Hope for all you Star Wars fans. I know they met in person, but you know what I'm saying? Like they see each other eye to eye. They fought for the first time. Darth Vader says, "I'm your father," and it just goes crazy from there. So yeah. Up next, we got Return of the Jedi. This one's elite. I mean, what can you say? Fight scene with Darth Vader and Luke was amazing. The Ewoks are hilarious. I believe the Tatooine fight was insane. Like this movie was elite. Up next up, we got the Phantom Menace. I'm not gonna lie when I say this. All right, this might sound controversial. This is one of my favorite movies, Star Wars movies. All right, you got the debut of Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Darth Maul. I know Darth Maul is killed, not really, but you know what I mean. Like this movie's amazing to watch. You know, this is like one of my favorite movies to watch. Yeah. Up next, we got Attack of the Clones. This might be a controversy. All right, and I'm being dead serious when I say this. Um, I think this one is a very above average movie. Let me explain why. The first half, I think we could all agree the first half is meh. But the second half, I'm talking like the Geonosian fight. I think it's like when Anakin and Padme rescue Obi-Wan in the factory, I think it was, to the ending, phenomenal. Up next, we got Revenge of the Sith. I think we can all agree here. This one is elite. One of the best Star Wars movies of the film. It's also one of the most emotional Star Wars movies out there. You got Anakin and Obi-Wan rescuing the Chancellor. You had what is it? Rescuing Obi-Wan battling Grievous. I know they battled in the Clone Wars, but like first time battling each other in a while. Like this movie, and then of course you got the best fight in Star Wars history in Anakin versus Obi. Come on. Up next, we got Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This one was solid for me. I liked it a little bit. You know, this movie was all right. Obviously, you got Kylo Ren, you got Rey, you got the return of Han Solo. I think Chewbacca, Leia, you got Finn, you got Poe, you got C-3PO, R2-D2. Like you got a really solid group. I thought this movie though was solid. Up next, we got Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Another solid for me. Um, just because, like, you know, this movie was like all right. I wanted to see more action in this movie, and there were some actions, but it was just like decent action. Up next, we got Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker. Call me crazy. Oh wait, wrong one. Um, Uh, I'm gonna say this one was above average. All right, the dark. Obviously you got Ray and Ren fighting against each other. You got the big battle scene in space. Like that scene alone was absolutely fantastic. And also, I know this is a little bit of it, and I all right, but that when Darth Vader made his voice, like that thing gives me chills, man. That thing gives me chills all around. Up next, we got Rogue One. I would say this one's above average. I didn't watch this in theaters, but I think I watched it somewhere. I can't remember where. But like this movie was very solid. Obviously, they debuted Saw Gerrero. Jin is in there. I think I forgot the other character, but they got Darth Vader in it. Like this movie is a very solid movie. Up next, we got Star Wars Solo. We got Solo. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I haven't watched this. Like I heard it was really good, you know, and I apologize. I just like heard this was really good. I haven't got a chance to watch some of these movies. So yeah, this one was solid. Up next, we got Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie. I'm not gonna BS you when I say this, and I might sound like a crazy person when I say this. I mean, this one was elite, man. Like, come on, you know. This movie was actually really good if you think about it, because this actually helped you prepared what to expect in the Clone Wars. This debuted Ahsoka Tano. This helped you eh, debut like see Anakin Skywalker and Obi Wan Kenobi, and a whole lot more. Up next, we got the Star Wars: The Clone Wars series. Like this one's a no brainer. I freaking loved it. I loved like I'm a huge Star Wars: The Clone Wars guy. Like you can ask anyone that has known me for more than a year, like my family, my extended family. I'm a sucker for Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV show. Like this one was my childhood. Like I love everything about it. Up next, I'm gonna include Tales of the Sith as well. You know, because yeah, I'm gonna include it. Star Wars Tales of the Jedi / Star Wars Tales of the Sith. I haven't watched it yet / haven't finished it. I heard it was really good, but I just haven't had the time for it. Which brings me to my next one. We got Star Wars. I think these were the Clone Wars, like the one in like the one when I just came alive. I only watched like one episode of it, to be honest. Totally honest with you. You know, like this show was like, you know, it wasn't that good. Up next, we got Star Wars. Oh my goodness, The Bad Batch. I haven't watched it. I haven't finished The Bad Batch. I haven't finished The Bad Batch yet. I think I'm on like season 2, like the first half of season 2. Like I said, I've been super busy with a lot of things, but like this movie was absolutely this TV show is absolutely spectacular. If for those that haven't watched it, go watch it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Up next, we got Star Wars Rebels. I've only watched a few episodes here and there. I'm not a huge Star Wars Rebel fanatic like some people that I know, but like this show was like I haven't watched it entirely. Up next, we got Star Wars: This Force Destiny. I haven't watched it, but I heard it was really good. I heard it was like this show was really good. Again, super busy. I think once I have free time, I'm gonna be able to watch these like some of these shows, like catch up on watch Solo, obviously, watch Rebels, watch Rogue One again to refresh my memory, watch Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, wherever it may be, I'm gonna watch. Up next, we got Mandalorian. I believe they're making a Mandalorian movie in a couple of years. I haven't watched it. All right, and I apologize for that. I've just like I said, been super busy lately. Up next, we got Star Wars Visions. I think they got season 2 of the show. I'm not entirely sure, but I haven't watched it yet. I heard it was solid. I heard it was really solid, but yeah, that's about it. Up next, we got Star Wars Boba Fett. Haven't watched it yet. Haven't finished it. Like I said, super busy. I'll watch it as soon as I can. To all my Star Wars fans out there, I'll watch it. Up next, we got I think it's like the Star Wars Resistance, whatever it is. I haven't watched it. All right. Next up, we got the Star Wars the Obi Wan Kenobi series. I want to watch this show so bad, especially with my brother, because he and I both were looking forward to watching this, but like he's been super busy. So maybe, hopefully, this fall before he heads off to college, I'll watch it. Up next, we got Star Wars Andor. I haven't watched it yet. Like I said, same thing, you know. And then finally, we got Star Wars Ahsoka. This was another show that me and my brother both wanted to watch, but like I said, it's been super busy. That's all I gotta say. And that is me ranking every single Star Wars movie slash TV show. So, what do you guys think of the list? Let me know in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm pretty sure this was probably one of my longest episodes that I did by myself. So I apologize if it's kind of long. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe, turn the post notification bell. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I don't know what games I'll be covering next week. I think I'm going to be covering like games 2 through 4 maybe next week. But I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Stay well, stay safe, stay warm, stay active. Hope you have a fantastic week. And until next time, the ultimate hammer is out. Peace.